Time to focus on business. Lots of earnings numbers coming in. Business editor Mike Eppel joining us now. Mike, Home Depot expected to fly high today after very solid numbers.
Yeah, some surprisingly strong numbers from the biggest home improvement retailer. And it's really a barometer of what's going on more in the United States, Ted, because of the fact that the U.S. economy is improving. American home values are going up. People are renovating more. And to some extent, that has certainly been the case here at home. But it's the U.S. market that the Home Depot really looks at for its overall earnings growth. Sales up 8%. Profit at $1.4 billion. They're hiking their dividend 26% and announcing an $18 billion stock buyback. So they're giving a lot of cash back to shareholders. This stock has already had a pretty good run this year, and it's up to a record high in the early trade this morning, gaining about 3%. We also have results in from the Bank of Montreal to kick off the quarterly earnings season. First quarter results for the Bank of Montreal. And going in, the big question was, how's the oil market affected the BMO's earnings, the low interest rate environment, and the U.S.-Canadian dollar exchange rate, which has been exceptionally volatile. And pretty much on all metric, they were showing the dampening effect of that. They still made $1 billion in profit, so the BMO is still making lots of money, and all of the big banks are, but on a year-over-year basis, down about 6%. And it was the insurance operations for the Bank of Montreal. They invest in bonds to get a rate of return, and they're not getting much of a rate of return because the yields are so darn low. So on that, Bank of Montreal stock opening the day just a little bit to the downside. We are also hearing from Agrium, the Calgary-based agribusiness company, seeing a year-over-year decline in its earnings. But that stock is up in the early trade this morning, continuing a year-to-date gain of about 25%. Some short-term production issues hitting the bottom line, but again, star performer at the TSX. Greece, just getting in word that Greece has been given the thumbs up on its Eurozone financing or debt reorganization plan for a 4-month bridge loan to reorganize its debt. So that's a potential positive for the markets today. And as well, U.S. Fed Chair Janet Yellen set for 2 days of testimony in Washington on the state of the U.S. economy. Maybe some signals about interest rates for the second half of this year. Markets waiting that. Ted, back to you.
All right, good stuff. Thank you, Mike. That's our business editor, Mike Eppel. This morning, you can hear Mike on 660 News at 26 and 56 after the hour.
BT's Market Report is brought to you by 660 News.
And that's your news to 740. Still +7. Nice and mild at the airport. Heading back to Tarsland.